Today is November 1st, and welcome to the market recap. Oh my god, we saw such a crazy week with all of this market sell off right before the election. And even this weekend, we saw a lot of increases in coronavirus cases, especially with Europe going in with the second lockdown. So there has to be some crazy stuff going on in the market coming Monday. So what are we expecting, and what should we do about it? So it is 819 right now. So let's look at the futures. And over here, S&P 500 futures. So we kind of opened and then it started selling off immediately, kind of trading in a range. And I think that's what's going to happen in the next couple of days until the election is decided. So we'll probably still trade in this 330 and 320 range going back and forth. We still haven't, we were approaching this bottom, September bottom, but we weren't able to break it, fortunately. So I think coming to this, we'll still be in this range going tomorrow. It's really hard to say with all the uncertainty going on. So interestingly, if we actually look at GLD gold, it hasn't really moved much at all in the last 2 weeks. It's pretty consistent, pretty stable compared to an S&P. Look at TLT, the 20-year US Treasury bond is actually holding very well as well, even going down. Usually if there's lack of strength in equities, bonds prices typically go up, but you don't see that. So what this makes me really think that people are just selling off and holding cash, especially institutional traders, until White House, Senate, House are all updated and the results are back from the election to know how they should rebalance their portfolios going forward. What I'm predicting is actually once the election is decided on November 3rd, on this coming Tuesday, a lot of money will start flowing back into the market and we'll see a bounce. I don't anticipate we breaking this 320 line because the EMA 200 is also approaching here. So this is very strong support over here. So once it goes down, I think is most likely to bounce. If it does break this resistance, we're probably going into probably around this area where a lot of support is, so around 314, 313 range. But then it's really hard to say based on all the uncertainties going forward. But if you actually think about it, if you go back to the previous election in 2016, this is where things might get a little interesting if this loads. So in 2016, there was a sell-off before the election as well, and then there's like a rally right after things were announced, the results when Trump won. And I think this is likely to happen as well, but unfortunately for this year's election, there's a lot more complications going on with the coronavirus. Okay, so right here, November 4th was the date of the election, and on November right here, November 8th, 2016. Yeah, November 8th was a Tuesday, was the day of the election. So you see there was a sell-off on the weekend before as we were seeing now, but Monday there was this huge gap up and then continuing green. So this is the day, the first day after the election when Trump won, which was a complete surprise. You would expect a sell-off, but you actually see a big green candle, like the biggest compared to that week. So maybe we'll see the same thing because we saw a similar week going into the week of the election. And then on Monday, we have a gap up and a massive green rally throughout the whole month, actually. But I think this is less likely to happen for this round of election just because we have mail voting and I don't think we'll know the results right away, and this could cause some delay in terms of some certainty. But I still do think that this level will hold on the bottom of the sell-off and we'll start seeing green soon, hopefully. But even if the results of the presidential election aren't announced immediately, the Senate and the House of Representatives results should be we should know that fairly soon, and those are very important and gives us certainty in terms of what policy should we be looking at, what policy will be passed, what the support is in terms of which direction they're going, and what sector they're supportive. So this will bring a lot of certainty to the current economic policies and fiscal policies going forward, even if the presidential election results aren't determined. So if you actually pull up the forecast for the Senate election on 538, they do forecast that the Democrats are favored in dominating the Senate, and this is also true for the House of Representatives, even more heavily favored. So this is really important, saying that even if the presidential results are not going to be released on the day after the election, and we're still counting votes, and then there's delay in results, I think we'll be able to assume that if the Democrats do sweep both House and Senate, a lot of those uh, bills will be able to be passed once presidential results are announced, and a lot of we should be able to expect what policies will be favored going forward and also what sectors. So this is really important as well. It will bring a lot of certainties into the market. And if this is the case in that, everything is blue from House, Senate, White House, then I think it'd be very good to start building up a position in renewable energy, such as the solar sector. Also, I also think a lot of Chinese companies will do better since Trump was generally anti-China in terms of companies just looking at TikTok and stuff. So companies such as JD, Alibaba would do very well. Also, NIO do extremely well in the next 4 years if it is a democratic sweep. So honestly, this is a great opportunity to start buying. Everything is on sale right now. If you just look at S&P 500, I mean, all my watch list is red. Everything is just discounted. And after this week, when we have more certainty and less volatility in the market, we'll start seeing green days, and we'll definitely start rallying again slowly, depending how coronavirus is. But I think we've been dealing with that and know how that is as it is. So the companies who are favored in this times when they were recovering in the market, I think those will start rallying again as well. And that's it. Thank you for watching.